then you can now say, because that is what objectively says, okay, this person, I can look at you and think you are pale, someone else looks and says no. That's subjective. But objectively, the PCV, the hemoglobin, will say, okay, this person is. And then it's not enough, because what we tend to do here is that, okay, we see someone who is pale, who is anemic, and then they transfuse. You need to find out, why is that person? Because a normal person
to treat
should
the cause
not,
and
yes,
not just the symptoms.
Yeah, a normal person should not be anemic.
Okay.
If something is going wrong somewhere, as I said, although it's either it's lost blood, it's not producing, or is destroying. So you must find out what is the cause of that, and then you try and institute treatment to the cause, not just correct the anemia.
The symptom.
Yeah, no.
Okay, now if a person is weak and you're just weak, so should I worry about that? Should I worry about anemia?
No, you see, weakness, a lot of things can cause weakness. Anemia to a lot of things.
Fatigue?
A lot of things, fatigue. A lot of things can cause fatigue. A lot of things can cause anemia. Anemia could be a symptom of something else entirely, because cancers too, they're pale, they're anemic, hypothyroidism, so many other illnesses. So anemia,
we shouldn't overlook anemia.
You shouldn't overlook anemia. It should never be overlooked, as in that is one. And then it should always be looked at as in, is this anemia primarily, as in, okay, the person is just not producing, or is something causing the anemia? Those are the ways to look at anemia. So, as in, and then once you find someone who's anemic, ideally we should check what we call the indices, the red cell indices, the size of the cells, the hemoglobin content of the cell, because all this points you in one direction or the other. That, okay,
and
this is
what kind of treatment to institute?
And what kind of treatment to institute?
Let's talk about
further tests to do.
Okay, let's talk about anemia in pregnancy, because you find that in that group of people, you most of the time see anemia, and of course in children and the elderly.
Now, anemia in pregnancy, now there's what they call anemia of pregnancy and anemia in pregnancy. Anemia of pregnancy is that because the woman there's a lot of metabolism going on, there's a new baby being formed, the blood volume increases, as in the volume of fluid increases more than the number of cells that increase. So there's like a dilution of the blood. That is anemia of pregnancy. It's a physiological state. It happens in every woman. So the PCV, if she used to have a PCV of maybe 35, because she's pregnant, it will drop a bit, but she will not be anemic.
Okay, but it shouldn't drop to certain levels.
Because if it drops less than 30%, then there's a problem somewhere.
Okay.
Now, anemia in pregnancy, that means the woman has a PCV less than 30% in pregnancy. What are the causes? Deficiencies, factor deficiency, nutritional deficiencies, because the woman has a child who's mopping up this nutritional
sharing
so folic acid will be deficient, vitamin D, iron. Okay. So that is why we give women
have to take supplements and
in pregnancy
and improve on their nutrition too.
Yes.
Okay, we'll just take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be talking about preventing and of course tackling anemia. Just stay with us on the program.
Every day of the work week, investors buy and sell on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Capital Market tracks and analyzes the movement of the indexes as the bulls and the bears struggle for supremacy. Follow the market from the opening of trading to the closing bell. Capital Markets, every Saturday, only on Channels Television.
Thank you for staying with us. It's Health Matters, and you can join us in this discussion. The number to call is 0122068842. 0122068842. Okay, before we went on that break, we're talking about anemia in pregnancy. And you said women who are pregnant should have supplements and should eat well. Now, when will it be time to seek medical help for anemia in the general population?
In the general population, it's always good. What I preach is that you should always check yourself. If you do a health check, as in if you do a regular check, you will be able to, from the indices, from those red cell indices, you'll be able to predict if something is happening or not. So if you do a regular check, anemia can easily be prevented, or the causes of anemia may be earlier diagnosed than before anemia itself sets in. So that is what I always tend to advise, that okay, do a check. It may just be few lab tests, blood tests, urine, electrolytes, liver function test, something not too elaborate, but at least you have, a bit ahead of
the condition. Okay.
So,
Okay, but if a person is feeling so fatigued all the time,
that is a good time to do a health check. Not just do a PCV, because as I said, there are so many causes of fatigability. It could be a cardiac cause, it could be a thyroid cause. So that is a good time. Okay, you're feeling weak, see a doctor, do a check, and then the doctor interprets whatever is wrong. So it may not be anemia, funny enough, but
whatever it is can be picked up early and taken care of.
Yes.
Now, I think we have a caller.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us. Please go ahead.
My question is that I wanted to ask the doctor about what are the root causes of anemia?
Okay,
Hello?
thank you, Bala. Thank you. So he wants to know the real causes of anemia.
Okay, the causes of anemia, as I said before, it could be lack of production of red cells.
Which is genetic.
Not genetic per se. It could be aplastic anemia. The marrow just has failed. So many things can cause the marrow to fail. Medications, leukemia, lymphomas, marrow infiltration, all those ones can cause the marrow to fail. So marrow is not able to produce red cells.
Okay.
That is one.
It can be genetic in sickle cell.
No.
Okay.
Now, in sickle cell, it is not lack of production. It is increased destruction.
Okay.
So, which is the second group, the lowest group of the causes. It could be increased destruction, sickle cell anemias, hemoglobinopathies generally, thalassemias,
all of those.
autoimmune disorders.
But I guess you said the one in our environment is more of iron deficiency. So let's talk about that and how to boost.
So now it can be, we can say, okay, lack of production or reduced production, iron deficiency of factors necessary for red cell production.
Okay.
Iron, folate, B12.
Okay.
So those ones, at least once must make sure that the person has enough of it.
Enough of it. Okay, I think we have another caller. Hello?
Hello?
Clement, please go ahead.
Could
Could you turn down the volume of your television? Hello? Okay, I think we lost Clement there.
Now, other factors could, I was on the factors necessary. Now, there are also other things that could cause a reduced production. There are some...
We really have talked about those, and I think time is running out, but how to prevent this anemia is what I think we should...
Prevention of anemia first. Nutrition, because the most common cause is nutritional anemia here. So nutrition, ensure that you have iron, folate, B12 in the diet.
Eat a lot of vegetables.
Eat a lot of vegetables. Eat a lot of beef.
I hear white plantain also contains iron.
I'm not sure. I don't
know.
But there's ugu that a lot of people take, because a lot of people know that works. So ugu, And then don't overcook vegetables. Don't overcook vegetables. Liver, all those. So those, they usually say green leafy vegetables. Nutritional generally. If you feel like in Lagos, we probably do not know where we get our foods from. There's so much traffic, people eat from everywhere. If you feel, okay, your nutrition may not be adequate, then get supplements. Get supplements. There's what we call the daily requirement. Try and find out the daily requirements. Try and take at least the daily requirements. Something like iron, your body will not take more than it needs. So even if you like, you take a whole bottle of iron, your body will absorb the little it needs, and then get rid of the rest. So the rest will just pass through. So basically, that is the most effective way of tackling nutritional anemias. That is nutritional, because other causes, if it's other causes, then
if it's loss of blood through hemorrhage or anything,
if it's loss of blood like RTA, that one is straightforward. You see that the person has lost blood. The body has a capacity to compensate, so the body tries to rapidly replace lost blood, except where you are sure that, okay, the oxygen carrying capacity is now compromised before you transfuse. So, but basically, if you know the cause, the thing about anemia is, one, find out the cause. Find out the cause. Treat the cause. Don't just transfuse.
And then the symptoms may disappear.
The symptoms will disappear once the cause has been treated, because once you eliminate the cause, anemia is corrected, the body will correct, except it is in a case where it can't correct. The body will correct, and then the symptoms disappear.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you. I've been speaking with a consultant hematologist with the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Femi Oyedeji. You heard it all. Go check your anemia, your blood, your PCV level, your hemoglobin level, and make sure you eat well. And when we say eat well, we're talking about nutritious food, vegetables, fruits. You'll be fine. Thank you so much for being with us today on the program. If you missed any part of this, you can watch online at channelstv.com. Thank you once more. I am Yomi Otaigbe.